All right, citizens of Minnesota, we're back, and it's time for us to continue our GM mode with the Minnesota Wild. Up here in year number 1, we just got the simulation started in the last video, 2 months into the NHL regular season, and with a record of 17-6-3, we're playing great. I have no complaints. Clearly a playoff squad with that kind of record, and on top of that, the players that we need to produce, the players that we need to lead, like Parise, Suter, even Mikko Koivu, these guys are stepping up big time for us. There was a huge outcry from the fans in Minnesota wanting Mikko Koivu to remain on the roster. Well, he's playing first-line center, and he's getting it done, obviously. So these guys are playing great. Our record is looking great. Devin Dubnyk also, I think he's top 8 for save percentage, top 8 for goals against. We need that also. I thought I might show you guys a funny fan art for Devin Dubnyk here. 71% of the world is covered by water. The rest is covered by Devin Dubnyk. Keep on playing like that, Doobie, and I won't be trading you anytime soon. And in the last video, before we got the simulation started, we also made the trade that is really defining not only our season, but the Dallas Stars season. They're on a tear as well. Goligoski coming in here to Minnesota. Offensive defenseman, fits into the top 4, and he's a hometown boy. And we sent Jason Pominville back the other way just because of all the top 6 forwards that we have. And it seems like it worked out for both teams. I mean, you can see our record. And we also came across Dallas a few times. Where are they? Yeah, look at Dallas. They're first in the Western Conference. They're first in the NHL. So the Dallas Stars with Jason Pominville are kicking ass, and the Minnesota Wild with Goligoski are kicking ass as well. So it worked out for both teams. And we also picked up Jamel Smith, baby, from the Dallas Stars live stream GM mode. You guys will see what this guy's all about. He's gonna grow. Don't worry. Gonna take a few years, but he's gonna grow. So I want to get some more simulating done in this. I want to take it up to the trade deadline if everything goes to plan. Before we do that, though, let me just read some comments. Up first from Hope Nasty 61. A couple of interesting things from your very own 2BC insider. All right, buddy, calm down. Dallas won 14 in a row before you beat them 4-3. So we actually stopped their 14-game winning streak right here with a 4-3 win. Sweet, baby. They were 3 games off the longest winning streak ever by the 92-93 Pens. Wow. So the trade worked out for Dallas just fine. Yeah, that's good then. It wasn't a crap deal. What is going on in New York? Can you check out the goalies for the Rangers? Rant has 11 wins and is 8th in goals against. What is going on with Lundqvist? I don't know. What's going on over there with Lundqvist? Let me take a look at it. The thing is, you have injuries, so the goaltender may have been injured. And also, on old gen, if you put your backup and he starts to win games, I think the computer will leave him in sometimes. So maybe Ranta is kicking ass over there. Let me take a look. New York Rangers. Remember, if we're going to do a story, I need to be looking around the NHL. It's a lot faster with old gen anyways, so I don't mind doing it. So goaltenders, let's take a look here. Lundqvist, 12 games played, Ranta 16. Man, Lundqvist got a goals against below 2 though, but Ranta's got a pretty good. I mean, Ranta's 11-4, Lundqvist is 6-3. It actually kind of makes sense. Save percentage 94.37. I don't know. I'm sure Lundqvist will get back in there, but Ranta actually has the better record, so who knows? Where do they sit in the... yeah, I see he's going up against the next game against Vancouver. Where do they sit? They're in second in the Metro, so, I mean, they're doing something right. Can't blame the game for that. Rangers are getting more wins with Ranta in the net. Who cares? Next comment. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. My sentiments exactly. This team hasn't been fully 100% consistent, but damn, they have definitely been performing well. I'd say at this point, to keep the lines for both defense and offense. The first line is doing great with Parise. Same with the man himself, Suter. Before you decide to make any trades, see what this team does before the trade deadline. Yeah, you know what? I couldn't agree more with that. Why shake up a good thing, even a line change? Let's take it to the trade deadline. Then we can see what we need, what we're lacking, what injuries may pop up, and then we can make a trade, all right? So I have a few more fan comments here, but let's go through some simulating while I read them out, and if anything pops up, I can quickly just stop. I'll make sure to put the text low so you can see everything. Next comment from the Candy Cinema. I would try to get a better third line right winger. Yeah, see, this is loading up for the playoffs once we get to the trade deadline. Justin Fontaine is only 80 overall. I agree, and is not good enough of a third line right winger to win Lord Stanley. I agree. I would suggest going for someone like Alex Chiasson of the Ottawa Senators. Interesting. Upgrade, get a power forward back there. All right, let me just quickly send out my my scout. We'll go to the OHL for forwards for 6 weeks. I still want to check out the Swiss League for Austin Matthews, and I want to go back to Liga as well. All right, so there you go. There's the new The new scout, we're still winning games, so I'm going to keep on reading this. Shea-Son, he's 82 overall and was playing left wing in the video when he's a natural right winger. Ottawa wasn't doing the greatest either, and it would definitely be willing to trade him with loads of talent upcoming on the wing in Ottawa. All right. Ooh, Minnesota player Jason Zucker has been injured with a concussion. His estimated return is January 16th, 2016. January 16th is about a month away. All right, boys. So let me do some power of video editing. I'll just get to get these lines edited. All right, so I put Olli Jokinen in place for Zucker. He won't be out that long. Back to this comments. And he's got good categories and would definitely be an upgrade. He's also fairly good in age and is just entering his prime. So this comment makes a lot of sense, you know. And this is the kind of trade I would be willing to make. Like I said in the last video, we're a tweener type of team. I don't want to give up draft picks. I want to draft good this year. It doesn't have to be in the top 10 or top 20. But I want a plethora of third, fourth, fifth round picks so I can just bring in prospects for the future, right? 3.5, maybe score some 4 gold star guys. So if I'm going to make a trade, I need to make a trade for a low overall player. Shea-Son 82, it wouldn't cost that much. Maybe just a rookie prospect and a 4th or something. Maybe I could grab him. So that makes a lot of sense, man. That's a good comment right there. Let's just do a quick recap of the regular season before we read the next comment. The Minnesota Wild are 22-10-3, so we're kicking ass. I don't need to stop anything. Nito Niederreiter is our leading goal man with 15 goals. Zach Parise has been injured with an abdominal strain. His estimated return is January 10th. All right, so I'm just going to go replace player for that. January 10th is 9 days away, maybe 3-4 games. So I'll just go replace player. That's fine. Zach Parise. So the injuries are they're actually coming through for us, so that's good. I don't mind injuries as long as they don't happen too much. All right, so Nino Niederreiter leading our team in goals. Ryan Suter, 26 assists. Nino Niederreiter leading our team in plus-minus. Ryan Suter in penalty minutes. And Devin Dubnyk with 19 wins on the season. But the most important stat is that record, 25-11-3. And we're winning games with Zach Parise not even playing. Porter on the first line. Parise, get your ass back in there. All right, Porter, look how quick you can just edit that shit. Awesome. All right, so very nice. Let's go to the next comment. The season is going great. One idea, though, is to pick up Manny Malhotra for depth. His faceoffs are unreal, around 90 overall. As a depth player for the faceoffs, hang on a second. No, I don't need any trade offers, blah, blah, blah. Also, do not trade away your picks. I agree there, buddy. Your prospect pool is extremely lacking, and the more depth picks, the better. But later in the season, if Marleau's trade value is reasonable, then trade for him without giving up too much. He's a proven elite sniper to play opposite of Parise. Well, you know what, buddy? I mean, that's a good suggestion, but look at Nino Niederreiter. He's up there with 16 goals. Do I want to take him off the first line? Like, give the kid a chance to play. Maybe he's not as good as what's his name, Patrick Marleau for this year, but maybe because we play him on the first line, he's a Patrick Marleau overall by next year or the year after that, right? So I don't know. We're winning games. I don't really want to mess with anything. Edit lines manually. Olli Jokinen, you're coming off for Zucker. Boom. There you go. And let me just scratch Jokinen. Oh, I love it. Look how quick it is. Just run through it. All right, so that was a good comment. I'll take a look at that once we get to the trade deadline. And last but not least, from BT Habs 11, so far so good. Just don't make any rash changes that can hurt your playoff chances. This is key since you're in the tough Central Division. I advise that you take your team to the deadline and then trade for a rental to help out your forwards top 6. Maybe you should trade Vanek to a contending team, then trade for a player like Jágr. It would be a clear upgrade and could definitely help you out in the playoffs. Let's go Wild. All right, so you know, I could see that. Thomas Vanek, he's only 84. Now he's been injured with a strained hamstring. Estimated return is a week or so I'll just replace the player. We don't need to slow down the sim. We're doing just fine. I see what you mean. Vanek only has another year after this, though, on his contract. So just to make a trade, just to upgrade by a few overalls, if it makes sense, I'd do it. But I don't think I'd do it for a guy like Jaromir Jágr. Why would I, you know... It's just like Jágr would only play for 1 year. And right now we're winning games. Maybe Vanek is actually having a good season for us, right? Oh, what did I wanted to do? I wanted to go to the Swiss League, right? Which one is the Swiss League? Hang on, I gotta find it. No, it's Scandinavia. Swiss. It says Swiss, dumbass. That's how you know it's Swiss. Matthews, all right? Let's check out Austin Matthews. I'll update the scout on him. All right, 327. Okay, we're coming up to the All-Star break, so let's do a mid-season All-Star checkup for the whole NHL. There's the last game before the All-Star break, and we are 28, 16, and 5. A little bit too many regulation losses at this point. The 16 could be a little bit lower. I wouldn't say that we're in a President's Trophy race, but still a playoff contender with that, so I'm fine with it. Iowa player Connor Allen has been injured with a post-concussion syndrome. I'm just going to replace that player. That's down there in the AHL. Thomas Vanek will be back in 4 days, so I can replace him. All right, so we're up here at the All-Star break, all right? 28, 16, and 5. Let's take a look around the NHL. So the Pacific Division, the Edmonton Oilers up there with Connor McDavid and like an 83 overall goaltender in first. LA, San Jose, Calgary, Anaheim, Vancouver, Arizona, but there's still time for Anaheim to get up there. We'll see if that comes back down to earth. Central Division, the Dallas Stars, they're kicking ass. The Nashville Predators in second, and the Minnesota Wild in third. See what I mean? A little bit too many regulation losses to be a competitive President's Trophy team, but still, we're up there. Just got to keep an eye on it because it is actually a competitive division. Chicago's tied with us with 61 points, and the St. Louis Blues are only behind us by 3 points. So let's not get complacent here, boys. The Atlantic Division, Boston, Tampa, Ottawa, Detroit. Looks a little bit better, I suppose. Florida could be doing a little bit better. Metropolitan Division, New Jersey, New York. So Branta is doing pretty good there, I think. The Islanders, Pittsburgh, Columbus. Man, Washington still at the bottom. That's crazy. Goals, Tyler Seguin's got 40 by the freaking All-Star break. This guy he's obviously going to win the Maurice Richard. Is he going to break Gretzky's record? That'd be crazy. John Tavares second with 29. My God. So Nino Niederreiter is our leading goal man with 17. So you can see he's probably maybe top 15, definitely top 20. Assists, Jamie Benn, I guess so, with Tyler Seguin. They're tearing it up. 54. Our best man is Suter with 31. So again, top 15, top 20. We got guys in there. Points, Tyler Seguin, 79. Jamie Benn, 71. Tavares, Kane, Crosby, Thornton, Giroux, and Hall. All right. Wins, Tuukka Rask, Pekka Rinne, Kari Lehtinen, Talbot, Dubnyk. See what I mean? We kind of dropped off in the wins there. Dubnyk's all the way back there. Look at Cam Talbot, 23. My God. Save percentage. Where are you, Dubnyk? Are you up there? Yeah, Dubnyk started to drop off a little bit. His goals against is still in the top 8, but no longer the save percentage. All right, so let's take a look at the team standings, just see what we're all about. We're going to get to the trade deadline in this video, boys. Don't worry. So we're 8th in the league for points, which is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy with that. Goals for per game, 17th, so we're not scoring enough goals, it seems like. Goals against, 6th, so we're a defensive team this year. So maybe bolstering our attack for the playoff run may not be a bad idea. Power play percentage, 28th in the NHL, so that it could definitely be increased, and that would increase our goals for as well. We have to increase that big time. Penalty kill percentage as well, not the greatest, so we need to improve our special teams, and that would make us even better. And look at that. In our last 10, we're 3, 5, and 2. So we've begun to, flop a little bit here. Not the end of the world. Make some line changes if we need to. Make some trades. Player stats, last but not least. I got to give you guys all the information that you need to formulate the stories and opinions to make this franchise the best it possibly can be. So Nino Niederreiter, 17 goals. Vanek, for God's sakes. 14 goals. Parise. I think that's why I said panic. I saw the P for Parise and the Anik for Vanek. Panic. 14 for Vanek, 13 for Parise, 11 for Koivu, 11 for Coyle. There you go. 9 for Granlund. All right. Points. Let's see here. So, yeah, the team, we're definitely not scoring as many goals as we could be. 37 points in 46 games played. That's not even close to being point per game. So, yeah. And then these guys down here, maybe on pace for like a 50-goal season, maybe not. So, yeah, we need some goal scoring. Maybe an offensive defenseman to help out. Suter, Goligoski, they're both up at 30 points. Now, no, we're getting enough points from the back end. We need our forwards to start chipping in. Devin Dubnyk, all right, 22 and 10. Our backup is only 6 and 6, not the greatest. Save percentage, 92.14. Okay, so the team's gone through some struggles in the last 10 games. I still think we're a good team. I'm not going to make any trades right now. No, I'm not going to make any trades. Let's get to the trade deadline, all right, boys? We're done the fan comments. We're done the fan art. Let's focus on the season here and keep an eye on our wins and losses, especially against Central Division teams like St. Louis. They're right behind us. Dallas, that's a big game. Western Conference team, Chicago. All right, so we got some games here. So let's go up until this Western trip to the Pacific Division. The New York Islanders. Thomas Vanek's back. All right, good. So I can get Thomas Vanek back in there. Maybe that was the reason. All right, so Thomas Vanek. Let's see, boys. You guys want to trade Vanek. He's 32. He's still got 4.5 White Star potential, so he's not dropping. 28 points, but he's got 14 goals. I don't know. We'll see what happens. He's back in the lineup. Let's see. Who did I... Jokinen? Yeah. Olli Jokinen has been scratched, boys. All right, so second half of the NHL season for year number 1. The Minnesota Wild, they've done a good job at the beginning half. Give themselves a good chance to make the playoffs here, unless we go on a Toronto Maple Leaf kind of run here in the second half of the season. The 18-wheeler off the cliff. I'm hoping it doesn't happen. Devin Dubnyk, I need you to start stepping up. Big game against the St. Louis Blues. Big game. They're trying to make up some ground. Big game. Let's see. We'll get 18 losses. Oh, that's a win. And we won by 2. It was a regulation loss handed out to the St. Louis Blues. Now, the President's Trophy Dallas Stars. Let's see. With Pominville, I don't see him on the points there. We lose 8-5. Man, whoever has to go up against Dallas in the playoffs, I feel sorry for you. That's going to be an offensive explosion of a game. There you go. 2-0 win over the Washington Capitals. Beautiful. So we're not going on any losing streaks here. If we can just go one-on-one for the rest of the season, I think we'll make the playoffs. Come on, baby. Boston Bruins, and we win 4-3. Beautiful. Mikko Koivu's been injured with a sore foot. Estimated return is February 26th. He's going to miss some games here, probably 3 games. You know what? I actually should do some line changes here. It's a little bit dangerous, so I'll just move all the forward core up like that. Jokinen, you can go in there. Power play, let me get Haula in there, sure. Yeah, that works. Coyle, Haula. Koivu, was he killing penalties? Yes, he was. Haula, and I'll go with Handzus. Yeah, that works. Haula and Handzus, good. 4-on-4. There's a lot of changing. Haula, Granlund should be down here. Extra attacker, goaltender, and shootout. He should be... Oh, he's not even in the shootout. Perfect. All right, so I'll have to do some manual line changes when he comes back, boys. Maybe let's do some power video editing next time. Let's go to the game against the Chicago Blackhawks. So big games here against more Western Conference opponents. They're below 500, the Vancouver Canucks. We beat them. That's big. Calgary Flames, I think they were in the playoffs, right? Yeah, 19-8. Similar record to ours, and we lose 2-1. Not good. Edmonton kicking ass, looking for their 40th win of the season. They get it. Michael Granlund's been injured with a sore shoulder. Estimated return is February 26th. I'm just going to go to replace player right there. Koivu and Granlund. They should be back soon. The Fantastic Finns. Let's go, boys. I don't need you to be getting soft right now for me. We're on a 2-game losing streak. I need you guys to squash this. Our record is looking good. So 33-20-5 is our record. Let's take a look. You see what I mean? Look at that record, and we're in 4th in our division. And the Chicago Blackhawks, a team that we're going up against right now, they may not make the playoffs. What the hell? They're trying desperately. This is a huge game for them. The good news is that the Pacific Division, other than the Edmonton Oilers, is pretty weak. So there's going to be 2 wildcard spots probably for Central teams here. All right, big game against the Chicago Blackhawks. Yeah, let's go. All the way to the trade deadline here. All the way to here. Big game. Come on, boys. Beat them in regulation. Squash them. After the year where they won the Stanley Cup, now they're not going to make the playoffs. It'd be fantastic. I don't want to... we lose 4-1. Minnesota, I don't want to have to face Chicago in the playoffs, man. Michael Granlund is back. All right, let me get him back in there. Handzus. Where did Granlund went there for Porter. There you go. Very nice. And is, what's his name back yet? I don't think so, right? Koivu's not back yet. Is he going to be back the next game? Hang on, simulate. We won against the Islanders. There, he's back now. All right, so let me just edit these lines quickly, boys. All right, there we go. Got the line changes done. Mikko Koivu's back on the squad. Granlund's back in there. We got a full bill of health. 34-21-5. 3 more games before the trade deadline. Come on, boys. Win 2 of them. There you go. There's a win against the Philadelphia Flyers. 2-game winning streak right now. Washington Capitals. There you go. 3-game winning streak for the Minnesota Wild. This is looking good, boys. This is looking good. Don't want to say we're in the playoffs just yet. That Toronto Maple Leaf 18-wheeler could still happen, but I'm feeling, yeah, we're on a winning streak now before the trade deadline. Okay, so here we are, boys, on a 4-game winning streak at the trade deadline, and we're looking pretty good, I'd say. Dallas Stars still in first with 93, Nashville with 81, Minnesota, we are now in third with 79 points. My God, it is a strong Central Division this year. St. Louis is right behind us with 76, and Chicago is still doing their best to catch up. Chicago could still make the playoffs through the wild card. It's going to be 2 of our Central Division unless somebody in the Pacific can pass them. They got 70 points. The wildcard team for the Pacific would be San Jose at 68 and Anaheim at 66. So Chicago still has that playoff spot. Atlantic Division looks like that's starting to look a little bit more realistic, other than the Florida Panthers. The Metropolitan Division, the Washington Capitals they almost have got back into a playoff spot. The wild card, the Detroit Red Wings at 69. Washington, if they could, actually no, yeah, it's Detroit and Pittsburgh who are tied for the last wild card spot at 69. Washington at 67. So they've been coming back. Their standings are starting to look a little bit better, boys. Goals, Tyler Seguin, 46, so he's slowed down a little bit. He had 40 at the All-Star break. He's going to definitely get 50, more than likely 60. Our leading goal man is 20 with Nino Niederreiter. All right. Assists, Jamie Benn up there with 62. Seguin is second with 51. He's already got a 97-point season. Oh, my God. Ryan Suter's our leading assist man with 40 points. Seguin, Ben, 97, 87, untouched. My God, we're not up there. Wins, there you go, Devin Dubnyk. He turned it around. He's second in wins. Save percentage, he's not up there. Goals against average, he is not up there. So maybe we started scoring more goals, but allowing more in as well. All right, so what do you guys think? It's a good team that we have here. You don't want to destroy the future for right now. However, Parise, Suter, Koivu, they're not getting any younger. And if we're playing this well, maybe, take the chance. Take the chance this year. Why not? So there's our roster, right? Just show you guys once again. There's the offense, there's the defense, and there's the goaltending. What do you guys think we need? Now, I will show you the trading block. Who's available around the NHL? I want to see some realistic suggestions for trade acquisitions I could make. All right, I don't want no picking up Crosby. That wouldn't work. Here we go. Alex Tanguay, Steve Downey, Shane Doan. Also injuries for the playoffs, right? Some depth. You also got to look at the trade value. David Legwand, Carolina, Chicago. Nobody over there. Colorado, Jerome McGinley. Nice low trade value. That would be nice. Francois Beauchemin. Jerome's got 2 years left, though. May run into salary cap issues with that. Columbus, Dallas, they wouldn't be trading away anyone. They're going for the cup themselves. Detroit, Edmonton, Andrew Ferentz, don't need him. Jaromir Jagr, 87. Florida's not in the playoffs. That could be the perfect acquisition. And I could still hold on to what's his name, Thomas Vanek, right? What kind of season has he had? 51 points in 62 games played. I've been calling out for that offense, boys. Jaromir Jagr, that is a perfect... That is a perfect acquisition. You know what, though? The problem is the salary cap. I don't know if I'll be able to take on that contract. I'd have to work something out. However, if I'm bringing him into the team, it would have to be somebody on the squad that goes out, right? So you might be able to save some money there. Like, if I traded away David Jones, maybe, I could make that work. Yeah, all right. Might be able to make that work, boys. I'm not making it this video, though. I want to see your comments. On the website and in the YouTube comments. Andrei Markov, another offensive that had 2 years left. I don't like that. Patrick Elias, 1 year left. Hell yeah. That guy's proven in the playoffs. Ottawa, Chris Neal, some depth. Chris Neal, some toughness. Mark Streit, 87, 2 years left. Pittsburgh, Youngins, San Jose, nobody. St. Louis, nobody. Tampa Bay, nobody. Toronto, Stefan Robidas. The Vancouver Canucks, the Sedin Twins, Dan Hamhuis, Radim Verbata. These guys a little bit too much trade value, though, and 3 years left. There's no way I'd be able to work that out. Washington, all right. Winnipeg, Alexander Semin. Okay, so there it is, boys. Doesn't look like there's any superstars, and I don't want to bring in a superstar. I think if we want to increase the offense, it's Jaromir Jagr, and if I want the depth, there was a handful of guys that I could have gone out and acquired. Jerome McGinley, Tanguay, Elias, Horkoff. There's a few defensive players in there, right? So there's definitely guys that we can go out and acquire, but I don't want to give up the future, and I don't want to break up what we have right now. What did I say at the beginning of the video? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? It's going good here in Minnesota. We're going to be a playoff team, but we do want to make that charge for the Stanley Cup. So what do you guys think? Anything and everything. Go nuts on the website. I want to see some freaking fan art, all right? And maybe we'll schedule like a live chat on the website where I can just get your opinions one-on-one. I need to know, boys. We're at a crossroads right now. So let me know, boys, and I will see you in the next one. And thank you all for sending in the fan art. Here's the rest of them. be sure to check out our website, 2bcsports.com, where the hockey talk continues. Find myself and others in the live interactive chat, or dive into the active forums to talk about sports and gaming. You can also find us on Twitch, where the live streams come to life.